G'day subscribers. Today we're going to do The Price is Right, Let's Go Shopping. Let's show you some of the things I've gotten this week. You're with Jules Knight on Jive Talking Garage. So we started off this week with a few little bits and pieces. I saw on Facebook Marketplace, one of the Jive Talkers had sent me a link, and these guys had the Holden genuine storage jars. I thought, you beauty, I've got to get me some of them. So I came home with about 7 of them. So that was on Facebook Marketplace. So was really happy with the genuine Holden jars. I did have one, but it got smashed, so I've replaced it with a whole heap of other things. So that was really, really good. Now, how good was that? Holden sign for normally behind me when I'm over behind the workbench and doing the Jive Talkings there. So that'll go well there. Super happy with that. And also, subscribers will know that a few weeks ago I actually got hold of a Wybrock set of safety triangles. So for instance, if you get a flat tire or something like that and you have to pull up at the side of the road, well then it's a case of you're able to just put these triangles out, and they're illuminative. There we go. So yeah, there's 3 of them in there. I'll clean them all up, restore them, and get all the dust out of them, and Bob's your uncle. They'll probably go in the back of the Commodore so that I can use the Wybrock ones for my FJ. But anyway, now let's do 3 gauges, okay? Now I came across, this is the first one. What is it? MS Gauges, Symbol of Excellence. Stewart Warner Pty.Ltd, a product of Stewart Warner SW. So if opening it up, I love these. New old stock, there's your oil pressure. How good's that? And all the fittings and everything's there. I love that. That's just great. So that's really good. Ready for the oil line. And a bit of soft tissue paper in there as well. I mean, things in the old days were just so much better packaged than they are now. Now it's just shove them in a box or in a paper wrap, and off she goes, and Bob's your uncle. Now I really like this one. This was a Wilsonia. Now Wilsonia made a lot of stuff for Holden, all the way back to 48215, and this one is an amps gauge, so new old stock amps gauge. And I just picked it up, and it was yeah, the needle's working. So yeah, really happy with that. So that'll go into stock, and more tissue paper for, you know, face down. So we'll just we'll put that back how we found it. So I was thinking, okay, so I've got my oil gauges and stuff like that, but I just happened upon one that was complete. Now the gauge isn't classic, and the fella said he had it in his Tirana and whatever, and on the back of it it's got a hole for a light to go through there for your instrument cluster. But what I liked is it's got the fittings all complete on the back, and it's got the fittings all complete on the oil line. So I'll remove all this, I'll remove both ends, clean them up, and I'll also insert fishing line all the way down through the tube, sorry, the line, to actually just make sure it's all cleaned out and all that sort of thing, and it'll be ready to roll. So I'm thinking that's pretty good. So I'm thinking that was a really good buy. Now I've actually got this setup, but it's nice to actually get one in its complete environment, such that I can use the other one and just make sure I copy off this or use this one. However, I thought this was great. So like most things, grab it when you see it. If you can, grab it when you see it. Now I also I wanted a couple of things. Now in my toolkit I'm missing the little ball peen hammer, so I picked that one up for $8, you beauty. So that's going in the Project Julius. But I also picked up the adjustable wrench to go in there as well. So this, you know, all I was missing was the ball peen hammer, the mini ball peen hammer, and the medium wrench. And now I've got a complete. I'm back to having a complete toolkit for the FJ. So I'm super duper happy with that. It would have been good if I picked up a pair of pliers to go with it as well, because I only had a modern set of pliers in there. So I came across some of those as well. So I've got the Turner screwdriver, all of the other bits and pieces. I've got an extra spanner in there as well. Got the pliers, got the hubcap remover, got the spark plug remover, and also the adjustable wrench and everything. So look, I'm getting that back to how it should be, and I've also got a little whisk broom that I bought from Presley. So that's going good. I grabbed some Stelsons while I was at it. My kid's just taken up a plumbing apprenticeship, so I thought, yeah, he's going to need some Stelsons. And I also bought an assortment of cup washers for my interior trim, because I'm going to need 8 for my kick panels. So that'll do that little job. Now, I think it's really important when you see a hub puller to grab them, because people are asking for them all of the time. I'll clean that up, clean all the threads up, make sure everything's all perfect, give it a decent little paint job, and I might even find a home for that one. So, you know, I particularly like that with the knock-on, knock-off fashion. I've got both, so yeah, I'll probably find a home for it. So that's fine. So got that. Found a decent grommet. Really like that for my firewall. So, you know, vacuum tube comes out of there, and also choke. Mine I wasn't all that deliriously happy with. This one, yes, I am. And in the old days, you used to have to make a set out of whatever you could find and salvage them out of cars and whatever, whereas these days you can just go to Rare Spares and buy them. But that's an original and still pretty soft, so super happy with that. Now I'm adding to my half moon spanners, my banana spanners. You know, 1/2 inch 5/8, and what's this one? 3/4 11/16. So yeah, now what these are used for is to get over your starter motor, and so you can take the bolts off. Gee, engineers were clever in the day when they had to be, hey. Necessity is the mother of invention. So I like a good static strap, so I got me one of them. I thought, you beauty, I'll have that. And so what I'll do is, as usual, I'll panel beat this here, and I will look to see whether I need to mount this at 180 degrees, or whether I need to mount this at 90 degrees, or what is the go. So I had it on my Ute. I'm going to have one on my FJ. I've already got one on the Mustang, and now I've got another one for the Commodore. So everybody goes home happy. So very happy with that. Now, in the spirit of things being funky and me having a super cool little car, I'm putting spotlights on the FJ. And what better to have spotlights than covers for your spotlights? So I'm thinking that's daytime covers, 1970s type edition. I'm thinking, well, that's going to look super cool. So yeah, I've got to have me some of them too. So I grabbed them while I could. So that just leads me, sorry as I keep bumping things. Now, I'm thinking it's time for a new motor for Project Julius, and I've got a couple to pick from. So it's really important for me to start thinking about components. Now, I've got water pumps. I've had them on Jive Talking Garage before when I've been talking to subscribers about them. But I'm thinking, I came across this one and I'm thinking, this is pretty good. Turns over freely. I had a look at the impeller inside. Not bad. I'll clean all of this up. Give it a paint. But the thing I liked is the lip on it here isn't bad. Some of them you see are all rusted away and there's no lip at all. Whereas this one's got a lip on it, and I thought, well, that's got to be really good for sealing, because you're going to put the radiator hose over it and then you're going to have a clamp. So the clamp goes this side of the lip. So that being the case, I'm thinking this will actually end up being a really good article. Came with all the appropriate bolts and all that stuff. Yeah, I think it's in pretty good condition. Now, the last piece is a technical tip. Now, my kid worked at the local Holden dealers for quite a while when he was doing his mechanic's trade. And my car went in there one day for a service and it came out. And a little while after that, I had a flat tyre. And so I got the Holden tyre changing equipment out and I got the tyre changing apparatus. I couldn't get the wheel nuts off. It was so tight from putting a ratchet gun on it. So what I carry with me now is breaker bar, short extension, and the appropriate socket for the wheel nuts. Now I just dump it in the boot. Sure, there is the factory equipment for whatever in there. This is so much more heavy duty than what it is, and I also have got the wheel brace and so on, but this will at least allow me to crack the nuts and crack the thread, take the wheel nuts off, and also to make sure they're firmly done up at the end, because you know there's a decent set of leverage on it for the lever itself, so that I can safely get the wheel nuts on there and not have an issue. And when I need to take them off, I can take the wheel nuts off and not have another issue like I did last time. But there we go, folks. We've talked about the bottles, the storage bottles, oil and amps gauges, the toolkit pieces for the hammer and the adjustable spanner, some Stelsons, some banana spanners, the anti-static strap. We've talked about these funky little covers for the spotlights. We've talked about the water pump, the rear hub puller, and also the Holden sign. I thought, I've got to be happy with that. Anyway, come and have a look at, see what we're doing on Jive Talking Garage at Facebook. Like the rest of the stuff that we're doing on YouTube with all of the other versions and editions of our episodes. But more importantly, don't forget to share, like and subscribe, but enjoy your Holden.